Hey guys, hello, what's up? We are back. Hashtag girl hour. We are here. What's up? What is up? We here. Welcome back to another Wednesday. I'm gonna give a second for y'all to get in because I know Instagram has to do their little thing and let everybody know that Queen Central Movement is live, baby. Okay? Queen Central Movement is live. So I'm gonna give y'all a few. But Replay Squad, what is up? How are you guys doing? Feel free to go ahead and let me know in the comments below. How are you doing this Wednesday? Okay, how are you doing? Me, I'm doing great. I am doing well. Welcome back to another hashtag girl hour. Okay, today we talk about all things confidence. Confidence. Y'all know this is girl hour, right? And we gotta make sure the girls is up on a confidence game, right? We gotta make sure that even if you are struggling with confidence, we got you. Even if you feel like, girl, I'm on 100 on my confidence, good. Come on in here and let's share, okay? So confidence for me is just something that for sure is something that's in you, right? It's something that it's not on you. It's in you. And even for those of you who may feel like, oh, I'm not that confident, I struggle with being confident, whatever the case may be, it's in you. You just haven't unlocked that door just yet. Okay? You haven't unlocked that door just yet. So you don't really know that, baby girl, it's right in you. It's in you. So for me, my confidence started as a child. Like, my mom is like super confident and she just oozed that into her children. So I naturally was a confident person. And that's confident farther than looks. And so when I'm talking about confidence, guys, I'm talking about farther than looks as well. Okay, I'm talking about just being confident that you have what it takes, confident that you are enough, confident that you are that girl. Okay, so for me, like I said, it started in my childhood, right? But I understand as I got older, not everyone had that in their childhood of that was already oozed into them. So naturally, I kind of had no choice but to be a confident person to know, okay, I'm gonna figure it out, okay? And I don't take any losses. My losses are lessons, okay? And I want everyone to feel like that. First, it has to come with you accepting yourself, right? Accept who you are and accept what you look like, okay? Even if you may not like what you look like, oh, girl, I got a little bit of stomach. Oh, that can be fine. Go ahead, go to the gym, but it all comes with accepting yourself. And one way that I like to look at it is like, for me, I know, of course, right? No one's perfect, right? And even the most confident people have things that we may not feel as confident about, right? So for me, confidence, yes, my confidence is up here, but I may have things I didn't like about myself. And so those things, what I chose to do, I chose to pour love into those things that I may not have liked myself about myself. So, okay, for example, if we say something like, oh, okay, I don't need to say anything about my eyes, right? I love my eyes, so I don't really need to pour more love into my eyes because the love for my eyes is there, right? But I may not like my nose, right? I always thought I had like a really pointed nose. So what I did was I poured more love into that, and I started to be like, oh, I love my nose. And then I started to, or certain angles, that's a good one, angles. Like, you may only like your pictures from this angle. You may not really like your pictures from that angle, right? And so what I did, I started to force myself to take my pictures on this side. I had to reprogram my mind and reprogram my mind to see the love in every part of me. Right? Even the little rolls, even maybe a little stomach, whatever it is. So I say accept yourself. And, when we say, I hear you saying accept yourself. But how do I do that? I would say start by pouring love into yourself. telling yourself the opposite of what you would tell that body part or whatever it is that you may not like about yourself. Start telling, because it's all about retraining your mind, right? When we start to retrain our mind and we start to say, excuse me, I'm in charge here, mind. Okay, I'm in charge. Okay, I know I used to say that I didn't like my lips. I know I used to say I didn't like my forehead. I know I used to say I didn't like the way my stomach sit like this. It's all about reprogramming our minds, right? So start by pouring love into that. And another way that can actually help you reprogram your mind into seeing the beauty in things is by start with affirmations. Y'all know how I feel about affirmations, okay? Start with your affirmations, okay? You can easily say, I love my body. I love my beautiful full lips. I love the size of my forehead. I love how pointed my nose is. Because guys, what you guys don't know the secret. You guys don't know the secret. I'm gonna put you on game, okay? I'm gonna put y'all on game. The things that you may not like about yourself is the same things that makes you you, right? Those are the same things that make you different, right? So a lot of times, especially growing up with this damn society, right? With this society, it made us feel like, okay, everyone needs to look the same. Everyone, if you have this much stomach, you just bad built. Or if you did this, then, they kind of put that block in between. So it made us feel kind of overwhelmed with not knowing what beauty was, right? Especially as a Black woman, a lot of things we didn't always get the representation, right? And so all we seen was skinny white women, and it was like, oh, okay. So then our hips is like, we think our hips is too wide, where that's our curves, baby. Okay, that's our curves. And now fast forward, y'all see what today looks like now, right? So that shows you that you just have to love on yourself more. Love on yourself more and believe in yourself more. Understand that self-love is your superpower, right? Because when you can sit there and love everything about yourself, somebody may say something, oh, your big forehead. You like, girl, please, my beautiful forehead. Girl, I don't know what to tell you, but you know what I'm saying? And so confidence, I feel, is such a great quality to have as a woman, is to be confident. You know what I'm saying? And even if you're someone that's like, oh, I don't know, I just never been that person. I never really been that person. I don't really know where to start. Like, I'm going to laugh at myself. I say this, give yourself time. Like I said, start with affirmations, right? Start with affirmations and just simply put in there, and then take it to the mirror and say it in the mirror, right? Because like I said, it's all about reprogramming our minds to think how we want them to think, right? Because we're in control of our minds, right? And sometimes it may take a little work, because that old feeling that you used to have is something that you programmed in your mind. It's just like when someone's trying to lose weight, right? You ever seen someone trying to lose weight, and you may look at them and see that they lost a really great ton of weight. Like, oh my God, you lost a really great amount of weight. And they're like, no, I'm still fat. No, I'm still fat, right? I'm still wherever they may feel about themselves. And we're looking at them like, where? It's because they have programmed their mind. They're so used to seeing like, okay, I'm fat, I'm out of shape, or I'm super skinny and I won't ever get thick, whatever the case may be. But we have programmed our minds to think that. So when these people are starting to lose that weight, they can't even see it for real, because their mind is programmed to see that they're fat. They're fat, or whatever they may feel about themselves, right? Or the girl that's maybe super skinny, and then she finally starts to get a little thick, and then it's like, oh, I'm skinny. And you're like, no, girl, you thick. You know what I'm saying? So that's just an example to show you how powerful our minds is. And it's important that we love on ourselves, right? Because loving on yourself will also help your confidence, right? When you fuck with you, it don't matter who's not. Okay, like, Replay Squad, if you feel me, like, let me know in the comments. Like, as long as you know that you fuck with you, you don't care who else fuck with you. It's important that you are your biggest cheerleader, right? So being confident, accept yourself. You have to accept yourself and say, okay, I mean, I like my forehead, but I'm going to get to love my forehead. Okay? I mean, I like this role, but I'm going to get to love this role. Okay? And it's all about tricking your mind. Okay? Yeah, I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. Okay. But it's all about retraining your mind. And so, yeah, I just felt like this was something that we could talk about. Right? This is hashtag Girl Hour. It's about us girls. Us... Ooh, excuse me, guys. Sorry. But it's about us girls just tapping into the things that we may need to, whatever it is, for us to be a better version of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel confidence is one of them. You got to have, when people don't understand, being yourself is where your power is. Because a lot of times we're like, oh, I want to be different, right? I want to be different. I want to figure out what makes me stand out, what makes me stand out, what makes me different. And that's when you have to spend time with yourself, right? You have to spend that time with yourself and really get to know who it is that you are. But the secret is your power is you simply being you. There's no one that can do what it is that you're doing and how you're doing it, right? So when I say when I say self-love is your superpower, it is. Because like I said, once you love everything about you, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. But until you love yourself, you're going to get easily triggered by someone saying some things about you, right? But if you're already like, girl, please, I'm that girl. Sorry. You guys always remember, let me know if you guys remember this. Like, it was always a kid in school that was just unbothered. He didn't care what nobody, or she didn't care what no one said about them. It was just like, you just so unbothered. Like, it was just like nothing could trigger them. Right? Because maybe they just have made, I don't know if they was faking the fun, but it was just simply about them loving on themselves. Excuse me, guys. I don't know why I'm sneezing so much, okay? But this is live, so this y'all get the real, okay? We're real here in hashtag Girl Hour, okay? So yes, guys, this might be a short live today, but I really just want to know, like, what is it that make you feel confident, right? And when you didn't feel confident, how did you make yourself feel more confident in whatever it is that you were doing, whatever it is that you wanted to take on, rather it's you're negotiating a salary raise, right? You're speaking it on live. Whatever it is, what is it that makes you feel confident? And what is it that you do to get back in your confident bag, right? Because sometimes we don't always feel confident, right? We don't always feel confident. For me, when I have my moments where I'm like, I sit there and I reprogram my mind. I'm like, no. Okay, we're going to work on this, right? Or we going to, I just try to pep talk myself. You know, I don't try to put myself down, because that self-talk is very important as well, right? That self-talk, everything starts with you. Whether we want to believe that or not, I'm a firm believer that it is. Everything starts with you, because imagine if you're talking to yourself down, like, girl, shut up, oh, you fat, like, ooh. I couldn't even be around someone that do that, because I'll just be like, girl, you look good, relax. Okay, you want to work on that? That's fine. But you ain't got to talk to yourself like that. Okay? Like, so, you know, it's little stuff that goes into confidence. You know? And so I always say, accept yourself, love on yourself. And honestly, I could just give real advice about what I do, and it's just put on some Beyonce. Okay? Sorry, y'all, I'm sniffing it, but put on some Beyonce, and she would get you together. Okay? And just visualize your higher self. Visualize her and show up as her. Okay? I need you to visualize your higher self. Okay? Because when you visualize your higher self, think about all the great qualities that she has. Right? Think about what her career looks like. What her car she drives. What is her meal plan. Whatever it is, visualize her and then show up as her. Okay? So I did write some notes here because I really wanted to put emphasis on that for you guys. I need you to focus on your higher self. You know, because your higher self is what's going to get you to that next level when it comes to our confidence. Okay? Because we can sit here and think like, well, shoot, my higher self, she ain't gonna let no one tell her anything. Right? She knows she's that girl. Show up as her. Meditate on your higher self. And just be patient with yourself. I'm not saying do these things and then it's like, oh, you know, I'm not saying do these things and then it's like, oh, okay, now I'm super confident, right? Now I'm like, hey, Nasadia. So I'm not saying this and then it's like, oh, okay, I'm super confident and I did all these things, I wrote these things down, and now I went to sleep and then I woke up and now I'm super confident. No, that's not always the case. But it's about visualizing. Thank you, girl. Thank you. It's about visualizing, you know, your higher self, you know, and just really give yourself time. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like, period. Thank you. Thank you so much, Justadia. You know, so it's just about visualizing your higher self. When it comes to confidence, visualize who it is that you want to be. Visualize about who it is that you want to show up as. And then just show up as her. Because that's where we're meant to be. We're meant to be our highest self. Our comfort zone is going to keep us down here. Our comfort zone is going to keep us here. Where we're going to have that old thinking. We're going to think like, oh, I'm too fat. I'm too skinny. I'm too da-da-da. Think about who it is that your higher self. Just like how Beyonce had to invent Sasha Fierce. Because she was like, okay, I'm really shy for real. But I know I need to take this to the next level. So she created like an alter ego in a sense. And she showed up as that. And then afterwards she's like, ooh. Like I remember I was even watching one of her documentaries. And she was like, Beyonce is tired right now. Beyonce will go sleep for 2 days. But Sasha Fierce, we got to get it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like she was having a conversation with her higher self. And she showed up as that. Because your higher self is what's going to push you. You know, it's what's going to push you. And that's what's going to actually allow you to show up in the areas that you need to show up. So no confidence doesn't come overnight. Sometimes it really takes, because like I spoke earlier, it's really about reprogramming your subconscious mind. Right? It's your subconscious mind that's replaying like a recorder, replaying these old thoughts that you may not have thought. You know, it's just like, I know for me, I used to always have it like, okay, I only want my pictures on this side, right? I had certain angles, like, okay, I want it on this side. And, or like I spoke before, my nose was too pointed. And so what I did, because I was a person that was like, I always had super confidence. And so when I noticed that I started to pick at myself, I was like, oh, no. We can't do that. Like, no. And because it was very big in my house about natural beauty, right? It was very big in my house about loving who you are, right? My mama had my skin complexion. She had my other brother who was super, super light. And then she had my little brown brother. And so she always told us, like, y'all, even though y'all are all different shades, y'all are all beautiful and handsome. Let me see. A friend and I were just discussing this in the realm of work. I told her to make a plan about where she wants to be by the end because she's having to play a crazy workout. Exactly. Oh my goodness. I was actually just reading my book about self discipline. And yes, because exactly. So the question I asked earlier was, what is it that make you feel confident? Right? And I know for me, when it comes to confident, getting stuff done makes things confident. So yes, her creating that plan, and watch when she create that plan and she starts to believe that she can do that, watch the confidence that she just gained over herself. There's no greater feeling than when you write something down and you knocking it out. Right? I know for me, I get real like, period. I'm that girl. Right? When I knock out my to-do list, when I make sure dinner done, whatever's on my to-do list, and I knock it out, that gives me like a certain confidence, like, yeah, I can do this. I got this. Having a village makes me feel confident. More words of it. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. So the importance of having a village is so, like, I don't think people even understand. Like, having a village, just a support system that, you know, like, when you aren't having your best day, right? Because we're human. We're not always going to feel the most confident. We're not always going to feel at our best. But to have that village that you're able to be like, oh, what do you think about this? Or I'm not feeling like this. And they get you back in your bag. Like, oh, girl, please, you doing that. No, you're doing great. You're doing amazing. Like, that is what gives you that confidence. And that's why it's so important to have a support system that reminds you. And girl, yes, I need my words of affirmation. I'm definitely a person. That's probably my number one love language. If you see me doing good, please let me know. You know, because we're human. And sometimes we need that reassurance. Like, because we can sit and overthink stuff. I know for me, and I'm like, even when you know, like, okay, I know I'm doing good. But then you're like, am I just telling myself that because it's me? You know what I'm saying? But when someone comes to tell you and say, no, you're doing good. No, you're doing amazing. That just makes you feel like, period. I knew I was. You know what I'm saying? And yes, it's just, I need to hear it. That's like my number one love language in friendships, whatever. Like, Tori, I want to hear, like, you're doing good. Like, keep doing what you're doing. Because especially as an overthinker, like, what? Overthinking would put you in a whole nother space. And you just be like, why was I thinking it? Why did I think of it that deep? You know, but sometimes that mind, that mind would just have you just thinking and thinking of every scenario. And I used to think it was good that I thought of stuff from every angle. Like, I thought of what could happen, what shouldn't happen, what if this happened, to make sure that I had a scenario for everything. Like, you're not going to fool me, you know? Yes. Listen, overthinking is exactly, it's doing the most. But sometimes it's hard, you know? Like, that's just the truth. It's hard. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's like overthinking. I can talk about overthinking all day because I would literally catch myself like just being so deep in a thought. And like I said, I used to think that it was cool that I thought, like, okay, I'm thinking of every scenario. You ain't gonna catch me slipping. I'm gonna catch you if you're doing this. I'm gonna see you coming from this angle. I'm gonna see you from, okay, if it plays out like this is what I do. If it plays out like this is what I do. And I used to think that was so like, oh, that's good. I'm thinking of every angle. No. You're worrying yourself. It's what you're doing, you know? And you're like, it's stressful, right? It's just adding on more stress. And so that's why words of affirmation makes me feel seen, it makes me feel heard, and it makes me feel safe in a sense, because it's like, okay, this person sees that I need some words. They hearing me of my words of encouragement, you know, my words of affirmation, like, yeah, girl, you're doing good, or keep doing what you're doing. Like, the simplest things, girl, stressed out, and you be sitting there like, when you finally come back to the present, you be sitting there like, why am I thinking this hard? Like, it don't have to be this hard. Why am I thinking this? Oh my God. I did something about that like the other day. And I was just like, I was so deep in, and I was just like, okay, you know what? At this point, I'm about to fight myself at this point, because I don't need to think this deep about this. It is what it is. And so that's what I've learned, to just be like, you know what? Go with the flow. Just go with the flow, because whatever happens, happens. I only can have control over what I can have control over, right? Because overthinking makes us feel like we have control over something because we thought about 50 different ways that this scenario can play out. So we're like, okay. And then it's like, you may get to where you were, and then you're like, I was tripping for nothing. I was in my head about this for nothing. I had a good old time. Like, what? I tripped about this for nothing. Like, you know, and it's just about, that's when I had to be like, you know what? I gotta get out of my own head. And lately I've been catching myself if I'm like overthinking, and I'm just like, okay, let me go find something to do. Let me bring my mind back present, because this overthinking will literally have you like held hostage. It's like an unnecessary stress. Like, that's the number one stress activator is overthinking. And then it's like, once you're done with it, it's just like, I overthought for nothing. It wasn't even worth it, you know? So, yes, back to being about confident. Confidence is something, like I said, it's many different things that can make you feel like that girl. And that is something that, like I said, if you guys are struggling with that, just spend more time with yourself. Because really no one can tell you what make you feel confident. Like, I know I feel confident, and I feel very highly of myself when I know I'm representing myself well in the whatever it is that how I see myself. That makes me feel good. If I have a to-do list and I'm able to knock out some things, even if I'm not able to knock out everything, right? Because some days I'm not able to knock out everything. That's fine. I tried to hit the most important. Like today, for example, I knocked out some business I had to take care of, and it was just like little things that I'm just like, period. You know, even to show up for this makes me feel confident, because I know this is something that I really want to do, and it's something that I'm like, okay, I'm showing up for this, period. I'm taking care of my business. You know, so it's really about, like, this book I'm reading right here, actually. I was just on a chapter talking about this. This book right here, The Power of Self-Discipline, No Excuses. They was talking about, like, the self-image and how when you visualize whatever it is that you want to be, sort of like I was saying about your higher self, when you visualize whoever it is that you want to be and you show up as her, that's when you start to feel like, okay, your self-esteem comes up. Right? And then your self-confidence comes up, because you're like, okay, I did knock this out. Oh, I did that. I know when I feel like I knocked out a couple chores, it could be me washing the laundry and then actually putting away the laundry. Because let's all be honest, that is two different damn things. Okay? Like, I can get it in the washer and dryer, but when it's time to put it away, oh my goodness, that's like a whole nother like. Okay? So for me, once I put away that laundry, I'm like, period. Then I go knock out dinner, and I'm like, period. Then I go do the dishes, and I'm like, period. And it's just like, even when I'm at work, I'm like knocking out my tasks that I have to get done. That's the confidence, when I know I'm putting my best foot forward. And then the days when I don't feel like I put my best foot forward, that's when it's important for me to give myself grace and say, okay, well, get what you can get done. Right? Because it's all about being human, right? Because like I always remind everyone, is that society makes us feel like we have to be robots, right? Like, oh, I got to get this done. I got to have 50 things on my list. And if I don't get all 50 things done, you know, it's like, oh, oh, girl, you totally fine. You're fine. Junior comes first, and so it's fine. But, so yeah, and you know, it's not about giving yourself 50 things to do. It's about knocking out what you can. And that's where your self-confidence will come from. Knocking out what you can, and for you to say, okay, I know I gave my best, then I'm good. You know, because it's about what you visualize as yourself. And like I said, guys, it's not going to come overnight. And I want everyone to feel human about this. You know, it's not about, oh, my confidence need to be up like hers. My confidence need to look. It's about you. Everything, what people don't want to, what society, because society is crazy, right? But what society has made us feel like, okay, I need to look like her. I need to feel like this. If I'm not knocking out all of this and weighing it like this, then I'm not doing good. And no, life is all about your customization. No, stepping back and saying, exactly, who is it that I want to be? You know, not about who this person think I should be, who this person think I would be better off as. It's really, life is all about customization. It's all about doing whatever it is that makes you happy. You know, because no one knows what makes you feel confident, right? We can sit here all day and say, oh, well, this, and this. But you might be like, girl, nah, that don't make me feel, I don't really care about that. Nah, I don't really care about that. You know, so it's about, yes, society controls our minds so much. And as you get older, you start to see it like, yo, they really try to have us out here like a one size fit all. And that's not it. Like the way they say, oh, you need to have this, you need to be married by this time, you need to just stacking it up. And it's just like, it's impossible, right? And so when people battle with anxiety and depression, all these different things, in a result of listening to what society tells you need to go and what you need to be like, how you need to compare yourself, it's like, that's trash. And I've seen something somewhere, this girl named Brianna, she had, I was watching this podcast, and she has a saying where she says, insult the standard. It's all about insult in the standard. And that's where my confidence came from as well. That's why I'm a person where I'm like, sorry, my nose is like doing the thing. But it's like society, for me, it was always like, whatever society tells me, like, I don't know. I just naturally had I don't know if it was like a rebellious energy, but I just had it where it was like, no, I'm going to call the shots about what I want to do. You know, I'm going to live life on my terms. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if I did go to college. College is not the only way to be successful. You know what I'm saying? How can I listen to y'all tell me society here that I'm speaking, oh, do this, you need to have this done by this time, as if it's a one size fit all when it's not. You know, and so it's very important. I love that she had that saying of, insult the standard. It's whatever they tell you, insult it. Because it's about what makes you happy. And you ever realize how happy you are when you live a life on your terms? It's exactly. Guys, exactly. Looking at us like, y'all, stop. You've already doing it. You're already the chosen people. Okay, don't listen to them. Like I said, as you get older, when you start to have more questions and you start to really be like, that's when you start to see like, oh, okay, y'all tripping. All right, well, cool. I'm going to do life on my terms. So in the end, because I do know that this is my life, so in the end, I know at least I live my life how I want to. None of this matters. This is our physical self. Exactly. None of this, exactly. None of this even matters. None of it. Like, we're spiritual beings, and what they sit here and tell us, like, oh, we need to be shaped like this. Oh, if you start to get shaped like this, you get out of hand, and and it's just like, do what makes you happy. Okay, yeah, I got a little stomach, and I love my little stomach. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I'm loud. I love my loudness. And that's what makes you you, and that's why I always say your power comes from you being you. That makes it seem like we have to do something else, but that's not the case. Yes, going to college, what we wear, how we look, who we marry. Like, it's just so like, and what you notice, for me, I've noticed when I came to the realization back in 2020, because that was like the year of like, oh, okay. oh, this life now. Okay. That was when I was able to just analyze and see like, this white society that makes us feel like you gotta be, like, the first thing people ask you, like, oh, so what do you do? Oh, you getting married? What does he do? And it's just like, girl, like, first of all, get out of my business, okay? Like, and they just so entitled. Protect our energy, because that is what is still here, even after physical. Exactly. Girl, you hit it up head. Exactly. It's our energy. We're energetic. So when we say like, oh, her vibe is off, or like positive vibes, like before it was called like vibes, but we weren't thinking of it like in an energy sense. But it's the truth. When you get around certain people, you just feel so happy. You just like, girl, I love hanging with you, because that's the energy people have. You know what I'm saying? The first question, like, oh, you're married? Oh, okay. What does he do? Girl, get out my business. Like, my identity or his identity isn't based on what we do. Okay? Like, I know for white people in their society, it's their jobs is their identity. That's why you say, oh, who are you? They be like, oh, I'm a lawyer. And no, I said, who are you? Not what you do. Like, no, who are you? You know what I'm saying? And that's why for quarantine, it hit a lot of people hard in a lot of different ways, because a lot of people weren't able to work. And so they're like, well, what is my identity now? Like, I've always been the worker. I've always been the lawyer. And so that's why it's important for me, even if I am doing really good at work, I'm always like, this is not my identity. This isn't who Tori Elaine is. Like, this isn't my identity, because that's what society wants you to do, because that's how they're able to trick you to feeling like, they trick you to make you feel like you can't take your PTO, like you can't take your vacation time, you can't even be sick, because they want this to be your everything. And it's like, sorry, I have a life. Okay? Exactly. My title is not my identity. Exactly. And that goes in any area. You know what I'm saying? Even for like wives. Like, some people are just like, oh, I'm a wife. Like, girl, what you, oh, okay, who are you? Oh, I'm a wife. Oh, okay. But who are you? Who are you? You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I feel like it's easy for people to lose themselves as well too, because they get caught up in the identity. And of course, we all struggle with that. Like, okay, so now do I gotta wear this because I'm a wife now? Now do I gotta talk, do I gotta sit like this because and it's like, no, you gotta be who you are. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I hold dear to my heart, because of course we're all growing in life, right? So everyone's becoming mommies and wives and all these different beautiful things. But it's important that you don't forget who you are. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget your identity. And at the same time, allow yourself to evolve as well. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to stay here because like, oh, well, I don't usually do that. Allow yourself to evolve. I used to be like, I didn't like avocado toast. But then I tried it and I'm like, okay, I love avocado toast. You know what I'm saying? I may have me a green juice this morning or something, and it's just, so at the same time, it's about, yes, not forgetting who you are, but at the same time, allow yourself to evolve into this new beautiful person. And don't feel bad because, oh, I used to like these things, now I don't. So am I changing? Because for my personal thing was, I've always like, okay, I'm not gonna lose Tori, right? I ain't gonna lose who I am, and then at the same time, I had that mindset for so long. When it was time for me to evolve, I'm like, am I acting weird? Am I changing? Am I talking different? Like, and it's just like, yeah, and period. We're allowed to change our minds. Okay? We're allowed to change our minds. And I'm going to pin that because, period, we're allowed to change our minds. That's one thing that we forget that we can do. We are allowed to change our minds. I don't give a damn if I said I'm going to go do this and now I'm doing it. Guess what? I had to change my mind. I had to change my mind. And we're allowed to change our minds. I don't know why we had that belief like we couldn't change our minds, because, like I said, the things that we think we have control over, we don't. So it's best to just go with the damn flow, because that's when it's time to, exactly, and I don't have to explain it. Exactly, because what's understood don't have to be explained. Okay? If I gotta explain why I changed my damn mind, it's like, okay, maybe you're not supposed to be around me because now you're irritating me and you're throwing off my energy. You're throwing off my frequency. Okay? So yes, definitely. And I want to say that again. You're allowed to change your damn mind. I don't know why, guys, we had this belief that we can't change our minds. It's like, oh, nope, I said I'm going to do this. Now, okay, I can't go from that. I said, because if I go from that, then everybody going to say I'm acting funny and I'm acting different. And it's like, no, I didn't change, honey. I became. Okay? I didn't change. I became who I'm truly supposed to be. Right? Because the seasons of life changes. Just like the fall comes in the winter. The winter don't go to the fall. Oh, you changing. No, I became. I'm evolving. Right? Because it's all about, Exactly. And people are very scared of judgment. Very scared of judgment. It stops people a lot. Like, I'm sure that's one of people's biggest fears of being judged. Like, oh, I don't want people to think I'm like this. I don't want people to think like, and it's just like, no, you have to. Because it's like, if you're choosing not to do you and you're going to do what everyone else wants you to do, it's now like, well, you're not living your life. You know, it's almost like a disservice to God, because it's like, you're not even living your life, right? You're not even living your life. Exactly. And that helps you as well. When you choose to be yourself, you know that people around you are truly there for you. They're not there based on this facade that you pull up or this mask that you're wearing of like, oh, whatever it is. You know that people are gravitating towards you, and it's actually for the authentic version of you, because you've shown that. You know, you've shown that. Yes, exactly. People be in prison of their minds. And that's why it's so important for people to get control over their minds and to force yourself with affirmations and positive self-talk to push yourself. I know for a lot of times, it was times like before I even started my whole Queen Central thing, I always had it in my heart. I always just like, I want to help women. I want to do this. And then I was just like, 2020 made me be the year that I was just like, oh, fuck it. I'm doing it. I got to. Like, because you see who's really there for you. And it's like the people that you're like, but what if they think about this? They're not even checking on you. They don't even care if you ate food. They don't care if you're sleeping outside. They don't care nothing about that. But we have it in our minds obsessed with what these people think. And it's like, these people ain't called me in years. These people ain't did none of this. They ain't did none of that. They don't know my birthday. And I'm sitting here worried about if they're going to look at me a certain way. If they're going to say, oh my God, she's changed. Oh my God, she thinks she's all that. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you just literally got to be like, you know what? Fuck them. You know, fuck them. Like, literally, 2020 for me was that year where I literally was like, oh, okay, I'm stressed the hell out. Oh, okay. All right. Now I'm about to show up exactly as who I am. I'm going to cuss when I want. I'm going to do whatever it is that I want to do, because I know at the end of the day what helped me get sleep at night is that I'm going to sleep knowing that I'm being myself. Right? And so when I choose to be myself, it's like, then I know the people that's really for me. If you feel some type of way, then you're not my type of person. You're not for me, and that's fine, because I'm not for everybody. Right? God made me real exclusive. So I'm not for everybody. I don't expect to be for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what something you gotta think about. Worry about if you still be instead of people that aren't feeding you. Exactly. Like you would just be amazed at how you would have these people in your mind. People from high school, people from family members that ain't never reached out, don't know your birthday, like like old friends, like whatever, old co-workers, whatever. None of these people check on you to make sure that you're good, to make sure you're safe. Exactly. And he was not accepted by everybody. So that let me know, okay, I'm my father's child for real. Because he wasn't accepted by everybody, and that's fine. And you see the impact he has, right? So that's something that you have to remember. And that's one of my favorite things that I love to say, is that not everybody ain't like God. Everybody ain't like him. Everybody's got so much to say about right? But that didn't stop him from still making his impact. Because that's what's important. We have to let that fear go of, oh, what are they going to think? Are they going to look at me like this? If they do, who cares? You can't help how someone perceives you. Because a lot of times people will perceive you a certain way, and it may be their own judgment on themselves. Like, oh, she thinks she all that. Oh, she thinks she know everything. Or she thinks that she just better. No, you think that. No, this ain't got nothing to do with me. No, you think that. And so you want to project that onto me. And so anyone who's bound with fear like that, you got to let that shit go. Because when it's all said and done, you want to live your life knowing that, hey, I showed up my authentic self. Everybody probably ain't rock with it, but shit, there was a lot of people that did rock with it. And those my people. That's my tribe. That's how you find your tribe, by showing up as your authentic self. You know, when we're like, oh, I want to find my people, I want to find my support group, you find that by being yourself. You know, I know social media and society wants us to seem like everything's perfect and oh my God, and have the perfect love story or whatever the case may be. Because a lot of times people only judge the positions or the spaces that they don't have the heart to be in. So when they're saying, oh, you're doing this and you're doing that, because they don't have the heart to do that. They don't have the heart to love him, or they don't have the heart to step up and handle all this, and that. So they judging, because they're, at the end of the day, they're saying, damn, I wish I could have did it. I wish I had the courage to do it. You know? And so when you look at it that way, it just makes you be like, you know what? Tory Lane gotta live her life. Okay? At this point, I can't care how it offends or how I can't worry about what people are saying, like, you know, because it's all about what you choose to focus on, you know. And that's another thing when it comes down to our minds, what we choose to focus on. What we choose to focus on will grow. You can either focus on the people that's hating, that's going to always hate and be right there hating, or it's going to be the people, or you can focus on the people that's here and that's building you up and that's encouraging you. So I choose to focus on that. Because I ain't got time, because the people that's low-key got something to say, they wish they had the courage to do it. They wish they had the courage to say, you know what, I'm going to live life on my terms. You know, and so, yes, there's always going to be some haters. There's always, and what I've learned about haters is they secretly love you too. They secretly love you too, because a hater will know your every move. Well, I seen she went here. Well, I seen she did that. Yep, and you'd be like, oh, I thought you didn't like her. You know everything. You know everything about her. You know, and it's just like, it gets to a point where you're just like, okay, you're projecting. This has nothing to do with me. You're literally projecting. You're mad at something or somebody, and it's causing you to feel some type of way towards me. You know, and so that fear, y'all have to push through that, because you don't want this life shit to end, and then it's like, oh, I only live to please these people. I only live because at the end of the day, we're all here on our own separate journeys. We're here on our own separate journeys, you know? And you have to be the best that you can be for you. Whatever your life looks like in your mind, you can do that. And you can go after that. It doesn't matter, oh, my mama did this, my daddy did this, whatever. And sometimes you have to tell yourself that over and over. Like, okay, it doesn't matter that, okay, this happened. Or it doesn't matter if this was like this. Or they did it this way. It might not work out for you, but it might work out for me. So I got to go and see. You know, but you have to get out your own mind. Because when you're a prison of your own mind, it's like, oh, listen, it's not good. It's not good. And then when you're also, to get back to confidence, when you speak about when you start to live life on your terms and you realize how truly happy you are, you start to realize, like, damn, I can do this. It felt good I did it my way. It felt good that I said no. It feels good that I said I need boundaries. It felt good that I said this doesn't serve me. Right? We get confidence from all of those things. We get confidence from using our voice, because our voice matters. Right? We get confidence from saying, you know what? I'm going to do what it is that I want to do. And that confidence just comes. So confidence doesn't always mean like, oh, far as looks. It's a feeling. You know, confidence is a feeling. That's why it's like, oh, when you get dressed up nice and you're cute, it's like, okay, I look good, I feel good. You feel confident, right? So we have to remember that confidence is a feeling. It's not always on you. It should be something that's in you, right? I remember when I was in high school, I was in Sisterhood Club. We had to wear trash bags. And I forgot what was the point of that, but it was something about confidence, I'm sure. And I actually made mine into a dress. And mine was popping, okay? Because my mama, my mom's like the Tina knows. She know how to make clothes and all that. So she like cut mine up. I had like the big old belt that made the like, it looked like a little poofy skirt, like popping. Mind you, I had on a trash bag, but it was the confidence of that. I'm about to rock this, right? It was the confidence of that. Oh, I can rock anything. That it was a feeling that you couldn't tell me I didn't have on a Gucci dress. You couldn't tell me I did not have on a Fendi dress. Like me in a trash bag, and I walked around that trash bag all day. Did I get on the bus with it? Because that was back when I had to catch the bus to high school. Did I get on the bus? I don't think I took it that far. But then again, I might have. I can't remember. Don't mark my words. But the point is, confidence is a feeling. So something that helps you get on your own, like in your own confidence bag, it's a feeling. Right? And you have to figure out what it is that make you feel confident. It can be something as big as you knocking out, being productive, knocking out the chores that you have to do, running your errands and knocking everything out and still having time to sit to yourself and watch a movie, right? Something like that makes me feel confident because it's like, okay, I need to take care of all my business. I'm that girl. I knocked that out and I still got time to chill to myself. Please. What? And so that what makes, that is something that adds to that confidence, and so, like I said, it's all about visualizing your higher self. Visualize who it is that you want to be. Visualize about who it is that you want to be. You guys see, we got into a lot of great topics this girl hour. I'm very happy about this girl hour because this is what I love, okay? This is what I love. This is what I love to do, y'all. Like, this makes me happy. So I love that we got to many different topics, and this is what I want it to do. I want us to be able to start off with a topic, and then we just go with the flow of conversation, and we just talk because this is our time to tap into ourselves and just have a good conversation. So this hashtag girl hour was amazing, and so my comment section. Make sure you guys let me know what is it that makes for my replay squad. What is it? Because I can't forget about y'all. Okay, and make sure y'all share this too. What is it that makes you feel confident? Right? What is it that you do that make you say, "Oh, I feel good," right? Or I feel my best, or girl, I feel my best when I knock out the dishes, feed my man, and I can sit to myself. Or girl, I feel good when I go take the baby here and then I'm able to sit and I go pick my baby up and whatever. What is it that makes you feel confident, right? Is it you getting an A on your class, right? Is it you paying your bills on time? I sure know that make me feel confident, okay? That's what I did mention. Paying them bills on time makes me feel extremely confident. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like, yes, pay the bills, girl. Yes. So just for examples, guys, there's many different things that make us feel confident, right? And so think about that. Let me know, what is it that make you feel confident? I would love to know. And also, make sure you guys let me know what we should talk about next week, because this is every Wednesday thing. Every Wednesday is ladies' night. Okay, and y'all, we can get deep into stuff. Y'all know I can get beneath the surface, right? Because we may even talk about things. I want to talk about forgiveness. I want to talk about the importance of forgiveness and the power of forgiveness, the importance of healing, right? We could talk about relationships. Like, we're women here, right? And this is our safe space. Remember, this is our safe space on the internet. Okay, so make sure you guys let me know what y'all want to talk about this week, and let me know what makes you feel confident. Okay, because like I said, confidence is a feeling, right? I know when I look good, girl, I'm confident. Okay, when I believe in myself and I think of my higher self and I know, okay, I'm about to knock this task out because I can do it and I have what it takes. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And so it's different things that can make us feel confident. So let me know. Okay? Thank you guys so much for joining. I will see you guys next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Bye.